Hey everyone, searching marketplace again, like I always do, every day, 2 or 3 times a day. And I came up on this car. It's something I wanted for a long time. I wanted a 2-door, but I couldn't find any. So I bought a 4-door. Of course, you know me, a 4-door Steve. That's what I can afford. So let's take a look at this thing and tell me what you think about it. All right, okay. Now, you know it's a Pontiac, but looking at that grill, tell me what kind of Pontiac. Catalina, Bonneville. Let's see. GTO. Ta-da! Lemans. Same thing as a GTO, except it's a 4-door hardtop. Look at those fenders. The way they pooch out like a Corvette. Ain't that cool? That reminds you of a Corvette. If you looked at it like that right there, you'd say, hey, that's a Corvette. No. Grandma car. It's a 4-door. Of course, it's got a 350. It's got the original Pontiac hubcaps on it. It's got the patina, as you can see. Now, why did I buy it? Because it's old and because I want to get it running. Now, this car has been sitting for who knows how long. I don't know. The guy that I bought it from don't know. Now, he said he bought it at an auto auction. Oh, it's a Le Mans Sport. That's because it's got no post in the middle. It's a 4-door hardtop. But there's not rust all over it like you'd think on an old car like this. If you want a daily driver or something, you can go to a car show and show up looking just like this right here. You're going to get a lot of people to look at it. I guarantee you'll get a lot of people to look at this car just the way it sits, because people like to see stuff the way it was originally 20, 30 years ago. So let's take a look. It's an air-conditioned car. Look, there's some vents. That's a good thing. That's a plus. Air-conditioned car is better than a non-air-conditioned car. The dash is fair, except for over there. All right. That's the color it was from the factory. That wasn't bad. That was a pretty color. That's a Pontiac wheel, I'm sure. That's what it looks like. Yep. Got a 14-inch Pontiac wheel. All I need is 3 more of those. Now this tells me there's brake problems. Air conditioner is off. A little bit of rust back in the trunk, as you can see that. But it ain't nothing that can't be fixed. Oh, well, it's chewed out pretty good right here. Really, just that one, no, right here too. The lip on the trunk is bad, like just about every car I get. Every now and then I'll find one that don't have that rust. All right, let's look under the hood, see what we got. I'll put this down for a minute, figure out how to raise this hood. I can't remember. Okay. Okay, there we are. We got us a Pontiac motor. It's a real Pontiac engine instead of a Chevrolet engine. They used to put in some of these. Got the big radiator on it. Power steering, air conditioning, power brakes. Coil wire is missing. Well, there's a coil wire right there. I think that's what that is. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get it in the shop and we're gonna see if we can get this thing to start and run and maybe drive. I don't know about the transmission on a Pontiac. I don't know if they're like a 350 turbo or if they're the same as a Chevrolet bell housing. I'm not sure about that either. I know Oldsmobiles and Pontiacs and Chevrolets sometimes share the same transmission, but the bell housing is a little different on it. So, oh, I'm glad I'm not doing that no more. He's leaving off. It's a Sunday. He's leaving out somewhere. I don't know where. That was my buddy. And I don't get to go. I had to stay home and work on this stuff. I got the coolest job. All right, let's get this thing in the shop and let's get to work on it. See what the oil looks like in this thing. It's right on the full mark, but it's awful thin. All right, we're gonna try to turn it over with a fan belt. It's got a fan clutch on it. I gotta see if it'll move. Here we go. Yes. Yes, it moves. Okay, good deal. He said it would. He was right. Always got to check for myself. We're gonna put a battery on it and just see if it'll turn over with a key. We'll find out. All right, this is a negative. Turn it. Oh, almost scratched the fender. Doggone it. I'm gonna do it like this. Okay. Let's find out if it'll turn over with a starter. All we're doing is connecting the ground from the body to the engine. Now, I don't know if it's going to turn over any faster, but we'll find out. We'll see what it does. Who knows if this thing's going to start? We got to have some gas to pour in the carburetor. It might be getting spark already. We don't know. We'll find out, but we got to have a coil wire because the coil wire is missing. All right. That fit the distributor. So if we get one to fit the coil. The coil is loose. Okay, there we go. Now we got to pour some gas in it. Just happened to have some gas from the last project I worked on. I'm going to pour the float bowl full. All right, that's good enough. Now, let's see if it'll start. Who knows, it might. Probably not. Nope. No starting. We're going to put that battery on the battery charger. Let it charge up some. I don't know. Thought that was charged, but maybe it wasn't. We'll let that battery work and percolate a little bit. And then we'll come back and we'll check the points. This has got points on it. But we'll pull the distributor cap off and check the points, make sure they're getting fire and stuff like that. We'll see what we can do. Hey everybody, it's about 7 o'clock at night. I've been working on this thing quite a while. I didn't want you guys to sit there and look at me doing nothing. You can see the distributor back there. The rabbits or rats that eat the wire off of it. That's why it wasn't starting. And I put a new set of points in it and the rotor button and put the wire back on. Pulled the distributor out. I started looking for the timing marks. I was going to go from nothing. I was going to time it from the beginning. I got the spark plugs out. They look pretty juicy. I'll put it that way. It looks like they were pretty juicy. The plug wires are not that good either. You can see those. So, got the spark plugs out of it. Had the big 13/16 size spark plugs. But I'm having a problem finding top dead center on the crankshaft. Now, if you'll look down there, you'll see that hole. You can see that hole. See the timing marks? I can't find another timing mark on that harmonic balancer. I don't even know if that's a timing mark. It's awful big. Instead of having just a little slash, that's got that big round hole. I don't think that's it. But I was brushing around on the harmonic balancer trying to find a line or anything, and I haven't found anything yet. So I'm going to go back to it, working on it, trying to figure that out. Don't want to bore you guys with that stuff, but y'all just, go to town, get you a hamburger, whatever you want to do. I'll be working on this for a while, I'm sure. Okay. Here's what we got on a Pontiac motor. I found the timing mark. Brought it up to top dead center. Then I took the distributor cap. I had to take the distributor out. So I set it back down the same spot. And that distributor turns counterclockwise instead of clockwise like a Chevrolet. And that was throwing me off for a second there. The firing order on the cylinders is the same. 2, 4, 6, 8 on the passenger side, and 1, 3, 5, 7 on the driver's side. So I put new spark plugs in it, and I put new points in it and new rotor button. And let's see, that's about it. But I got the distributor back in there. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope it's not 180 degrees out. If it is, I'll have to pull the distributor back up, turn it, and set it back down again. So I don't want to do that. It's kind of hard to get that distributor off without taking all the wires off of it. We think we've got it fixed. We're going to find out. We're going to squirt some gas in it, and we're going to give her a shot. Y'all want to watch? Just hang on. We're going to see. That's all we can do. Fire in the hole. Clear. Pop. No, that's not going to do it for some reason. Okay. Turn the key back on. Let's see if I'm getting fire to my coil. Let me check this wire going to the... No fire going to that. Thought I had fire there a while ago. There it is. It's weak fire, but it's fire. Fire. Now there's no fire. Now there is fire. Okay. Got fire to both sides of the coil. Let me try something. I wonder with points, can I run a wire straight from the distributor? I know, when I didn't have a key, back when I used to steal my dad's car, I would run a wire from the battery to the coil. So we already got fire to the coil. There is the wires cut. Okay, we'll just tie into that. It's not cut, it's been eaten. Now, we'll take this distributor wire, wire it into that, and it should be ready to go. More juice. Okay. Let's try it one more time. All right, we got something happening now. Turn that distributor. See what it does now. Turn it back the other way. Shot of juice. One more time. That baby's wanting to start. Battery's not very good. Yay! Yes, sir. I can work on a Pontiac. We're going to give her a good shot. Down the throat. We'll turn that time back just a little bit. Okay. Okay, it runs. "20 years of rat poop in that exhaust pipe. I can handle it. I can't." Make a long story short, the plug wires are crap. Spark plugs are used, but they're good. They'll be fine. Need to get some gas hooked to this thing tomorrow. And we'll get the distributor tightened down and get it in time. And we'll put some water in it. Make sure it's got antifreeze in it and all that. Hopefully, cross our fingers, it'll hold. We're gonna have to get another battery, it looks like. So I'm pleased. 350 Chevy, 350 Pontiac engine, and it sounded pretty decent. No longer than it's been running. I will change the oil on it and the filter, and I'll tidy it all up tomorrow. But we've done enough for today. I've been working all day on this thing. So see you tomorrow morning. All right, everybody, it's 2 days later. I have been choked up from this car. And you remember seeing me coughing and gagging and stuff when I finally got this thing started. Well, I'm back out here in the shop for the first time since then. That right there was what was inside this building, choking me up. That was rust, dust, and I don't know, rat turds, whatever. But I am still not feeling good. My lungs can't take that stuff. If I would have known that was going to do that, which I should have, as many cars as I have started, I would have raised that door in the first place when I first started it and let that stuff go outside, but I didn't. So forgive me if I cough or whatever. I'm getting better. It's been hard to sleep the last 2 nights. But I'm back out here to work on this thing. I got to get this video cranked out for you guys so you can see this thing run and drive. There's what I'm doing. Okay, we got some new wires for it. And we got oil change for it. So we're going to change the wires first, and we're going to jack it up and change the oil. And then get a gas line hooked to it and see if we can get this thing running long enough to see if it runs good. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Oh, it's really liquidy. I'm talking about thin. But at least it's not got water in it. You know, I did start it up. I seen it was thin, but I don't know. I wanted to make sure the motor would run before I changed the oil, because that's an expense, you're throwing away if it's got a water in the oil or something like that, or if it didn't run, something like that. Maybe it was parked because it had a blowed head gasket, transmission was out. You never know. All right, well, this is kind of boring. So, like watching paint dry. So, enough of this. Now, I don't know what you guys use when you change the oil on cars, but I use Rotella. I used that in my big truck, and I started putting it in everything I had, except for my newer vehicles, like my wife's car, my truck, my Ram. But anything older that's got some miles on it, I've been using Rotella. And I buy the cheapest oil filter I can get for a car that I'm not keeping. So if anybody buys a car from me, you need to change the oil filter and the oil. But if you're gonna drive it and stuff like that. But those little oil filters are not, not that bad, but it's not a Wix. So, and that's what we're gonna put in this thing. Let's do it to it. Go, 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 go. I bet that motor's saying, this tastes so good. I like this oil, Steve. I'm glad you drained that old oil out of me. It was giving me a headache. All right. Cross your fingers. Let's see if it starts and runs and continues running. Clear, prop. Come on, fuel pump. Try her again. Fuel pump ain't working. All right, I got the carburetor tore down. It could use a cleaning. That right there is where the needle valve seat goes, right there. I took that out. There's your needle valve that slides down in this piece. Slides down in there and lets gas in and out. And it's worked by this float. It makes it go up and down the gas level. And it either shuts that needle valve off against this to not let no anything through, or it opens it up and lets gas come in. Nope. Nope. No gas coming through, so it's stopped up somewhere in there. We're gonna find out where. Okay, we got it pretty much all together. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it to the car wash on the trailer so we can wash it and clean it up a little better. But we think we got the motor running decent. Changed the oil, the plugs, the distributor rotor button. I even changed the cap and the points. We took the carburetor off, cleaned out the gunk out of it, found a dirt dauber nest in the line, and we've adjusted it several times. Got the breather on it, new battery, new radiator cap, and it's up to snuff. Let's pump it a couple times and we'll get in there and see if it'll start. Okay. Oh, gotta open the door first. I'm not gonna go through that again. I'm gonna be proactive. like my wife says. Be proactive. I don't even know what that means. Here we go. Clear, prop. Ooh. Ooh, it sounded good for a minute. Okay, I think it's because it's cold. Because we let it warm up quite a bit while ago. Sounds like a GTO. Looks like a GTO from here. All right, just don't look behind us. We got ourselves a GTO, folks. A 1970 Pontiac GTO. I said, don't look back there. Don't look back there. It says GTO. This is a GTO. From here forward, this is a GTO. Sounds pretty good, don't it? Ain't nothing an old man like me can't fix. If you just give me time to figure it out and to search my memory of useless stuff and ideas that I've had in the past, I can do anything. Except get a new car running. I'm leaving that up to you young guys. 727 Motorsports. He's my friend. He's got a YouTube channel. You ought to pull him up. He works on the LS stuff, swapping motors in old trucks and stuff like that. 727 Motorsports. Pull him up. Okay. All I got to do, I think, is let her down, back her out of the shop, take her to the car wash, and wash this turd off. I'm running it without an air filter because I forgot to get one. That's pretty bad. I'll go back and get one though tomorrow or something. I am going to spray that steering wheel off because if I get this stuff on my hands and wipe my nose, I'm getting all that mold and crap in my system, and that's going to hurt me. All right, stay tuned for the car wash. All right, I got back from the car wash. There ain't nothing I can do about this wind noise. I'm just gonna let you see it real quick before I take it in the shop. It is what it is. I'm sure somebody'd be loving to drive this thing down the road. By the way, I turned it into a GTO. GTO! Alright folks, I got her running. She's running pretty good. I had to put 2.5 quarts transmission fluid in it. I don't know where transmission fluid goes to when a car sets up, but it does. It goes somewhere. And what was it? Some other car I had, the El Camino, I had to put like a gallon or more in it, for it to cool. But we got her antifreezed up, got her running good. The muffler kind of came apart on it as I was out there rivving it up a while ago. So I heard it, and I seen the excess muffler. Good, he's laying on the ground here. So we got her going. That's all we're looking for. We wasn't gonna pretty her up or nothing like that. That's GTO. Now, ain't a lot to see. I didn't clean up the inside, just the steering wheel. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm not gonna probably fix this thing up. I might use it for the motor and the transmission. If I could find another Pontiac, this would be a lot of good parts on another Pontiac Lemans, like a 2-door or a Chevrolet pickup. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that motor and transmission. I'm gonna do something with it. It just runs too good to not be stuck down in something. Would it go in a Ford? Nah, I don't want to mess a Ford up. But you tell me what you think you'd do with it. I'm going to park it right out there with the rest of them, probably for the winter, and hang on to it for a while and see if I can find something else to do with it from there on. Who knows? Somebody might come by and say, "Hey, that's a GTO, ain't it?" And I said, "Yep, sure is." See, right here, GTO. He said, "Yeah, I had a GTO back when I was a teenager." Well, you have another one now. Hey, didn't take us much to get it running. Figured out some things on it, why it wasn't running, and I'm really surprised. No smoke, no blow by. I don't know. Old cars were just so much better to work on. Nowadays cars, I cannot work on them at all. Hold on. Hey everybody. Well, hey everybody, that's gonna pretty much do it for the 1970 Pontiac GTO. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you again before Christmas, I'm sure. But if I don't, have a Merry Christmas. And that's from Dead Car Rescue and Steve May. Tune in again, like and subscribe to my channel, please, if you haven't already. And there's no cars coming. By the way, I don't have any brakes on this thing. I'm going to do you one more burnout for a goodbye.